guys, it's Mrs. Girot, and it's really important to get off on the right foot. So I want you to download Inkscape right away. Why? Because we'll be using it in this course, and on rare occasions, someone's computer will not support the software program, and you don't want to find that out after week 1 because you won't be able to drop and add courses at that point. If you go through this process and discover that Inkscape is not going to load on your computer, unfortunately, you won't be able to take this course and we'll have to contact your counselor and get you switched into a different elective. So that's why this is super important. So you're just going to click on the link here, and that's going to take you here. And if you click on download, oh, look at that. It's already got this is set up for Windows, and hopefully you can figure out whether your computer's 32-bit or 64-bit. To be safe, you can always go with 32-bit because it's, not going to be taking up as much RAM as a 64-bit, but you just click here and install it. So just do installer format here, download started. Your download should start in 2 seconds. Okay, so I can see mine happening here down in the bottom left-hand corner. And once that happens, you open it up, click on it once it's fully downloaded. Okay, and I am not going to actually run mine because I already have it on my computer, but you would just at that point follow the prompts and just continue all the way to the end when it says finished and all of that. Once you have that done, you can find your Inkscape program just by going into, a search in here. That's where I find mine, or maybe it's on your desktop here, or maybe it's down here on your toolbar. I've got mine already open. This is what it's going to look like. And if it doesn't automatically pop up a document, you can just go File, New to create one. So this little square right here is kind of like your canvas. So you'll notice you can work off the canvas and on the canvas. You can also change the size of your canvas. But once you're in here, just fool around a little bit and play with the tools. And one of the things you might notice right away is that sometimes you'll click on things and not feel like you're getting a response. That's because the program does use a lot of RAM. And for example, right now I am making a video, so my computer is, working on overload right now. I'm going to just go ahead and save this somewhere. I'll just save it to downloads because I don't really care about that. And I'll just call this testing Inkscape. And now that I've saved it, look, voila, all of a sudden my rectangle tool's showing up. So I want to just play around with that. You've got a nice little fill and stroke panel over there, and I'm going to have to click save again. So one of the things I want you to get used to doing is just clicking save after everything you do. Let's see. If you look over here, you've got some menu items. So this is where you can cut, copy, paste, select all, invert a selection, deselect something. You've got a zoom here, so you can be zooming in and out, just basic tools here. You've got a grid. So don't be afraid to click on things and just see what they do. Layers is something that you're going to learn about. Objects, here's that fill and stroke. So this nice little box over here, if that's not showing up, you can just click here on fill and stroke and that'll bring that up for you. And so what that does is that gives you the opportunity to change the color of things. So right now this is on the color wheel. The color wheel is really fun. I can switch it to whatever hue I want and then, change it even further at that point. I can also go into RGB. I've got to click save. I can go into RGB and I can change my colors with the sliders here. Or you probably have noticed down here at the bottom you have a palette. It's going to go File, Save, and you can click on any of these. And when I click on one, what it's doing is it's filling, okay? If you want to do the stroke, And we're just going to go ahead and go up here to the fill and stroke box and click on stroke. If you want to change the stroke, that's another story. So right now I can't even see the stroke on here because it's too thin. So I'm going to go into stroke style and I'm going to increase the width. Oh, I can see it now. There's the outline. And so you can see that I can use the color wheel to change that. Or if I want to go down here and change it, I just hold down the shift button. Hold shift. So let's see, I'm going to pick, oops, I got to click save because it used up all my RAM and it wouldn't do anything. There we go. Oh, look at that. Every time I do something, I have to click save. That is fine. As long as you're able to do that, that's great. Okay, so that is just a quick test to make sure that it's going to work. Yes, you might have to use save a lot. Oh, look at what it did. It saved the settings from the last box that I did. If you want to clear those settings, you can. You can just go over here and click X, and you'd also have to do Shift X to get rid of any outline. Let's see if that works. So now I can draw. Nope. Nope, that didn't work. So I'm going to have to click save because I think it's just not wanting to. Okay, so I'm going to change the stroke to, well, that was my fill. Change my fill to white. I'm going to change it to black, but I have to click save. Okay. And oh, I see what's happening. It's looking kind of funny, right? It's the opacity. Look at my opacity was way down, which meant if you want to be able to see through something, that's a pretty cool effect, right? To be able to change your opacity. So those are just a couple of things. I'm hitting that point where it's not wanting to do anything because it's using up all my RAM. But there we go. Yeah, you can change the opacity so that you can see objects that are behind the other ones. Pretty cool. And then you can change the outline by holding down the shift. Press save. Holding on the shift there. Now my outline is white, or I could do no outline, but I'm gonna have to click save first. Click the X there. Now I don't have an outline. But because I have black chosen anytime, and we could try the star. On the star there, draw a star. Woo! Okay, it's gonna be black. Oh look, I just drew another star inside. I can just hit the delete button to get rid of it, and I can select it and hit delete. If I want to move it, I thought I could just click it and drag it and move it, but it's not letting me do that because I have to use this. When you want to move things around, you have to grab a hold of this tool right here. Let me click save. Okay, click on that. It's called the select and transform. So moving objects around is a transformation, right? Rotating them. If you click it again, click it. Whoops. Doesn't want to work for me because I'm usually if you can click an object twice, it'll rotate it. Okay, well, when you do it, it's probably going to work because you're not making a video at the same time. Click it 2 times, and then you're going to get rotation handles up in the corner instead of those transform handles. So yeah, next time I make a video, see, I can transform it by grabbing those corners. And if you hold down the control button at the same time, it'll hold the dimensions. So whatever those dimensions were, it stays the same. Man, come on, make a rotate for me. Oh well, just trust me, if you do it twice, you'll get the rotation handles and then you can spin it too. So just make sure you can do all of that stuff. As long as you're good with that, Inkscape's working for you. So thanks for watching this tutorial. Hopefully you opened up your Inkscape and have done this, because if it's after week 1, you know, you're going to be in trouble because it's going to be hard. You won't be able to get out of this class more than likely, especially if it gets later in the block. So thank you so much. I am so looking forward to all of the exciting art you're going to create in this class. I'm super excited. Thank you.